Alrighty, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Trey Live with B-Phil back again on this beautiful 9/30/22. About to go over some of these trade ideas for you. Great. So today we're gonna look at the Nas 100. We always start off with Nas 100. Always the Nas. Okay, so we're gonna go up, and it's not always an exact science for me. I'll be just straight blunt. What I like to look at, and you see here, is that we broke this low. So what would that tell you? Overall, we probably want to put in a higher low, but it looks like we're starting to come down now. So maybe we don't end up going all the way up here. But I caution because we did higher high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low. So ultimately, we are bearish. This price action is very much bearish. But is it going to continue up to go somewhere possibly in here? This is where I would look to short. Somewhere in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put an alert. Well, I'm going to put a line there first. Let's go ahead and zoom in and start to get an idea of where it could potentially start going. So we already know that it ultimately wants to head back up here. Or maybe it doesn't. Let's check this price action. So we have price coming down, coming up, coming down. And it does some weird stuff right in here. Down, up, and then finally breaks right here. Or you could say it breaks right there. Comes up, down, equal highs, break those equals highs. So we're probably going to put in a higher low before ultimately going here, before ultimately falling off. That's what I would think. And this is what we're looking at the lower time frame. So if I'm looking for a supply zone to potentially trade off of, I would have to say we came here, we finally broke. Where did this come from? Somewhere up in here. I mean, this is a very small refinement at the end of the day. Do we want to use that refinement? We said come up here, we broke down here. So let's refine it to this large candle here. Probably this candle might make a better refinement, but we'll take this entire area. Let's go down to the 5-minute. All right, 5 minutes going to tell us a little bit of a different story. So we finally had this break. Yeah, we had it come from break right here, this area. Where did it come from? Somewhere in here. Probably a refinement down to something like that. That looks plausible. If we're going to go up to some particular zone, we're short-term bullish though. That's the moral of the story that I'm trying to convey to you all. So, boom, come down. So let's go and remove this, and let's start looking at this lower time frame structure. Lower time frame structure. Boom, boom. It looks like it does actually break, and it comes down, and then it breaks again. So ultimately, we had it break down here lower, had it break up. Let's check in here somewhere. You could say either came from here. Looks like that's a nice zone. Wait for it to tap into there, or open mitigation, open mitigated. I don't really see anything better than that, to be blunt. So we'll put an alert here to go higher. And we'll wait till it taps in and confirms, right? Because that's the moral of all of this. We want to wait for it to actually tap into price and then confirm that price. we'll confirm on like a 15-second or 1 minute or 15 seconds. All right, so we'll leave that there. All right, let's look at the euro. Euro dreams. So we had this next breakup here. All right, so you're seeing this break. This is actually getting a bit more clean, right? We had that move up, and we could argue where did it come from. I mean, you could say down here, and the reason why I would put it down here is because the one that I was looking at, that big black candle right here, the BBC, it actually gets mitigated right here. The open gets mitigated. So let's zoom in and see if there's some additional. Yeah. So I'd say this is still a great area, 15 minute. There we go. So then you start to see this area right here. Let's keep it down here, because you could say this area right here, but I'm not really feeling that. So overall, we're short-term bearish. I'd say we want to see it come back into here, mitigate this MB at least. So we'd want to see it come up into here before we start looking for a trade. There's not really any good zones that I see in this area. Well, I take that back. Here's a decent one. There's still some unmitigated portion in here. Let's go into here. When we start to look, it starts to look less attractive. And actually, this looks a bit more attractive on the 5 minute. So we could do something like that. But ultimately, we want to see it come all the way back up to here. It could potentially see some short-term bullish price action, but this is the thing, that's a really long way. So maybe even just aiming just for this MB. And if we're aiming just for this MB, now that we zoomed in a bit, we see this small zone. Very, very small. Now we're turning into a striped pajama type chart, because we got all these zones on here. And quite frankly, we could see this right here, right? We could say, hey, well, it's probably reaccumulating here. Reaccumulation into a distribution, back down to an accumulation to go higher. And those are all Wyckoff terms. I'm just trying to be fancy, y'all. I'm trying to act like I know what I'm doing, so you continue to watch me. Okay, so now let's look at gold. Gold, we have something like this. It looks slightly like the euro, but we have this large zone right here. So, and this is on the hour, large unmitigated, large, very, very big. If we go down to the 15 minute, yeah, we can go ahead and refine it down to here. I'd say that's a wonderful refinement. Actually, probably makes more sense to refine it here. And let's go down to the 5 minute see. Probably makes the most sense for here, because it opens and it takes off. But with it in mind, we have a slightly unmitigated zone there as well. So that's what we'd be looking for. So ultimately, more recently, we had this. I mean, this price action is just extremely choppy. And we just recently broke it, right? So we just recently, let's draw that out just so everyone can see. Right? We just recently broke here. So if we were looking for a reason to be short, man, everything is getting mitigated in here. The only thing that I see more recently is here. That's unmitigated. And then, of course, there's some wicks in there, but If it comes in here, it's not really even coming into the MB. We'd have to see it come like up here, in my opinion. But even then, it's kind of iffy. Can we get more granular? Yeah, it's just been choppy. Look at that. It's like stairs. It's like do 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 do. Hey, jumping down the staircase, yo. So yeah, why not up here on 1 minute? And this is a very ridiculous or pretty crazy point to mitigate. So we'll leave that there. Actually, let's go to gold and actually put an alert there. And let's go to the euro because I forgot to put an alert there as well. So mitigating this. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this is a very large area. Let's refine it. Something like that. There we go. I like that better. If we're going to do anything, we want to see it be done from there. Let's put this here. And we'll just do that. And we'll just say MB mitigation. Just so we have a bit more information on what's going on the charts. Okay, we looked at gold. We probably won't trade gold today, in all honesty. So let's go ahead and look at the good old Bitcoin. All right, the good old Bitcoin. Maybe we need to put some music on here. Yeah, we probably should put some music in the morning. I'll work on that, y'all. So it's not just me talking and it's not super monotone and boring. Boom, break up, break down. So it looks like we put in a, look, right here. Oh, this lag is like killing me. So lower low, right? Lower high. Lower low. We're just going with structure. But it looks like maybe we could still go a little bit up here for a particular mitigation. Potentially. But I mean, even if you look at this intermediate candlestick structure, you say like this, boom, 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 lower low, higher high, higher low, and then higher high, and then we want to see a break. Higher or lower low, lower high, lower low. But overall, I'd say we're pretty much bearish. I mean, this right here just makes me want to believe that we're going to go bullish. But it's just playing right now. It is definitely playing. And I don't have a Bitcoin broker at the moment, one that I'm using. Or rather, I don't have anything in the account for Bit yet. So this is going to be a non-starter pretty much. Anyways, that is the trade ideas for 9/30/22. I hope you all got something from this. Go ahead and leave a comment to let me know what you thought. Hit the like or the dislike, depending on what you thought about this video. Be honest, I like to improve, and all of those metrics actually do help me improve. And last but finally not least, hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to get more content like this. Of course, let me know what else you want to see. This has been Trade Life with B Phil. I'm gone. Peace.